do this. Hey guys, it's Brenda from Pretty Little Poppy Marketplace, and I have a special guest here with me today. Her name is Charlene Diaz. Charlene has been a vendor here for almost a year now. Not only is she a vendor, but she's also an employee here and a very, very dear friend. When I met Charlene and she shared her story, I knew in my heart that I just wanted to give her an opportunity to be able to showcase what she does and also share her story and where she plans to go. And so I would like to introduce to you Charlene Diaz.
Thank you. Hi everybody, I'm Charlene, owner of Unhookedbyblinky, an employee here at Pretty Little Poppy, which I absolutely love. I have two kids, my son Michael, 19, and my daughter Samantha, who's also a vendor, who's 15, sells dog treats. I'm married with my husband Alex, and he's actually, I say the backbone of the business because he's the one that helps me set up, tear down, and all that kind of good stuff. I started doing pop-ups, but now ever since coming here to Pretty Poppy, I kind of just stayed here because one, I'm more comfortable, and two, I don't need to use my cane, so that's a good thing.
Yes, she's very much at home here, and we love having her. She has been such an amazing blessing to the company, and I don't know what I would be doing without her, of course. Mm-hmm. But so where, I think I want to kind of go back to where your story begins, where you feel the journey begins for you.
That story was, I want to say it's when I lost my eyesight. I started losing my eyesight about 7 years ago. Before losing my eyesight, I was a dispatcher for a local ambulance company, and literally the day I was supposed to be trained for 911, I woke up and I couldn't see. So that was an interesting call, calling work and letting them know I can't come in because I couldn't see. But we found out through doctors that my eyes were hemorrhaging. So it was due to diabetic retinopathy. That was a huge journey because the first 2-3 years was just full of surgeries and reconstructive, a lot of depression. But after getting through that part, I saw my kids look at me, and they were actually taking care of me. So that put a fire up my butt, if I could say that. But I had to do something. So with them, I let them know, you're not supposed to take care of me till I'm like 70 or 80 years old. So I started looking into becoming more independent. I went to Braille Institute first, but I wanted more. So I reached out to a counselor, and he actually sent me to Davidson Program of Independence, which is a blind school in Los Angeles, where I stayed there in their dorms, like a little college thing, for like 9 months. And I learned Braille, easier ways in the kitchen, ways of living, how to walk around with using my cane, and just to be more independent. So when I came back home, it was just a whole different world opened. And like now, like just knowing the like when I go out, like people aren't aware. Mm-hmm. They don't know what to do when they see someone with a cane. Mm-hmm. So now my focus has been to spread awareness, not only for blindness, but also for diabetes and mental health.
I could only imagine going through that process, like what depression, and it's so courageous of you to speak out on that, because I think a lot of people do suffer from depression in many different forms.
Yes.
And to actually embrace it and to say, yes, I suffer from it, it takes huge courage to be able to say that, because I think it's something too that we kind of struggle with in general. Like it doesn't just go away.
No.
Like you don't just heal from it, you know. It's still it takes time, and you know, and so that's amazing that you the journey you went through. I don't know how you do what you do, but you are so strong and so brave. And
thank you. It took a lot to get there. It really, really did, because there was the guilt of, yes, I know, like it could have been prevented, you know, my bad, all that kind of stuff. But
do you feel like a lot of people told you that, or do you think it was more internally that you felt that guilt?
I think it was more internally, and then like thinking, oh, I know what they're thinking. This is your fault. You could have prevented this or something like that. And at first, it really just like put me in a hole where, you know, I'm just ashamed and embarrassed, all that kind of stuff. But like I said, like the kids are the ones that like really brought me out of it. And like I know now, like with family and friends, they'll tell me, oh, well, I had diabetes, so what should I do? Or so, well, you really should do this and this and that. And it's like, who's gonna listen to me because of where I'm at now? And that's just where my head goes sometimes. But I have to get out of that because I'm given this like the second chance, this new life to spread that awareness. Yeah, I know it would, you know, on my side what happened, but it could be a different thing for somebody else. And my story could maybe motivate somebody to do better. Or even go the same direction and help spread that awareness.
And how long, if you don't mind me asking, how long did you have diabetes for? Was it something that you knew that you had, or was it a long, because I think a lot of times people think that it's a long period of time before something like this can happen. You know, was it something that you were trying to control, or? It's
something that's, I was diagnosed when I was 21, I'm 42 now, so, but even when I was diagnosed, they think that I had it way before.
Okay.
So it's something that I was just never caught. And then like growing up, it is hard living with diabetes, especially so young, because you're in your early 20s, you want to party. But I still had somewhat of control on it. But I noticed a lot with me, it was some consumption, but it was mainly emotional. So like when I would get angry, or get into arguments or anything like that, it would raise my my sugars. Working, like I used to work at call centers. Those can be very stressful. Like when the hours are pounded on you. I used to work 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. almost every day.
So the stressors of life and anger and all that triggers and affects it actually affects your blood sugar.
Big time.
Oh, that's crazy. Yes. They do say stress is a lot of things for other stuff to happen
to a lot of other stuff,
contributors. There you go. Well, that's crazy. So then once that happened and you kind of started finding your independence, where did Unhooked by Blinky come in to the picture?
That was, I want to say, when I started going to the Braille Institute. They tried to teach me Braille and I couldn't figure it out. I put my fingers down and there were just dots. But it's a number sequence. So I learned the number sequence first. And then they told me the more things that I do with my fingers, like crafts, more mobility, that I would get used to it better. So I tried different crafts. I tried leather making, didn't like that. I tried basket weaving. I didn't really catch on. Now I could do it. But I came across finger knitting and thought that might work. I had a friend, a dear friend of ours, Alfonso. Thank you, Alfonso. He perfected my craft because the blankets started coming like inward. So once he perfected it, I was, good example, there you go.
I know, this is the most comfortable interview we've ever done. Sorry, I don't mean to
we're gonna get all tired.
This is the most comfortable interview we've ever done. These are so warm and so soft, and I just want to cuddle with them.
Yeah.
So thank you.
As soon as he let me know how to do, like, I would ask, how do I do this? How do I do that? He showed me. So it started off with blankets, and then and scarves. And then when I went back to school to the Davidson Program of Independence, when I was taking Braille classes, I was like, all right, let's give this a shot. And I could read. It was crazy. I picked it up so fast. I was just zooming on through. Now I know the basics, but it's like a lot of people don't understand that once you learn Braille, each word, like each letter is a symbol. But once it gets to a book, so each word now becomes a symbol or something like that. So
it like condenses it.
Yeah, it's contractions.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it got a little harder, but I know the basics. So like when you go to the elevator and you feel the floors, like stuff like that, or walking to the bathroom, how they have the Braille on there. As long as we got the basics, we're okay.
And you do have somewhat of vision, correct?
Correct. So after my surgeries, so what happened was the oxygen stopped going to my eyes, which caused the retina to detach. Twice in my left eye, so I really can't see out of there. The only thing I can see is like, it's like looking through a raindrop. So it's all distorted. I can't really see. Everything's right, left. Yeah. Anyway, so I left eye.
Like
I do this all the time.
You know that trick,
Right? I see it now.
Yes.
I do it all the time. So anyway, my right eye, I can't see that much. My left eye, it's more of a binocular type of view because of the surgeries, I don't have a peripheral. So like right here, I can't see.
Okay.
So that is the main reason. A lot of people get so confused because when I'm talking to your face. And then they see my cane. They're like, I don't believe you. But that's the main reason is because I can't see down here. Before the cane, I was walking slouched.
Because you had to see.
Because I had to see the floor.
Okay.
But now that I have this, it gives me an extra, like 2-3 feet.
Got you.
To
so
scan
this
through.
helps your lower part,
Yes.
and then you're able to focus straight.
And then hopefully when people see this, they know that and they kind of.
But even then, it's crazy how the world is, huh?
It is.
They do. I've seen it firsthand.
Yes.
And it's very
They really do freak out. They freak out, or like I told you before how I feel bad when kids get pulled away from in my way. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. They get in trouble, but yeah, if you guys could work on that.
That's one thing that she did share, and I think it's so powerful for her to share that type of information because, you know, the fact is that she does have, she's able to see some things. So she sees things that happen in front of her that can be very hurtful.
Yes.
And that would be hard on me as a friend. There was times where I felt like I needed to protect her, you know, and she would tell me like, no, it's fine. But you do get kind of like defensive.
You do.
Because
you really
you're
do.
just like, wait, hold on, like don't be like this. And you know, so that's really hard. I could only imagine what you go through when it comes down to stuff like that. Like it is true, you know, when they pull their kids or, you know, I remember you said somebody made a comment at Disneyland or where was it?
I was at the mall.
At the mall.
They just assumed I could see even though I had the cane. And as they walked by, I heard her say in Spanish, see, I told you she could see because I moved instead of her moving. But I noticed too, like when my kids walk me, they apologize. So they'll, like when Mikey walks me, I'm sorry, you just get out of the way, please. I'm sorry. And someone stopped him. It's like, don't ever apologize for your mother's disability. And he's just like, that hit him and he never did it again.
And it's like, crazy because you don't see it that way until it's brought to your attention.
Exactly.
You know, and that's why, I think that's why it's so important to bring this awareness.
Yes.
Because maybe you don't know that you do these things, but when you bring it to someone's attention, it's like, oh crap, do I do that? You know, so you guys, awareness is huge in all different aspects, you know, so if there's something on your heart that you feel you need other people to know, share it, you know, speak it up because I think it's so important. But onto these, so you totally create these with no patterns. You guys, check these out. How freaking cute are these? Look at these. Absolutely zero pattern. It trips me out. She just comes here and gets a ball of, what is it called? Yarn?
Yarn.
Make sure there's no fancy words for it. I found out there's hookers and there's fingers and yeah, she's not a hooker. She doesn't use hooks. She uses her fingers. But all of this is just out of her brain and she just makes, you know, such amazing work. And this is when you know that God has a plan for you because he gives you a gift that you didn't train for. It just naturally came out of her. And now she's able to use her story to be able to really share her journey with everybody. So I think it's so amazing. But look at these, how cute these are. Oh my God, you guys, look at this.
This one's new. That's the latest.
This one is not released yet. We're waiting for his cousins to arrive. But very, very cool.
You want me to mention the Blinky?
Oh, yes. Share with them.
These Well, real quick, so most of my projects are super soft because it's very therapeutic for me. If it gives like this like therapeutic feeling to just like help ground me, and it really calms me down. So like I'll just sit here and I'll just go and be in my own little zone.
Like sensory?
Yes, that's sensory. Thank you. So these guys are actually part of my Blinky Buddy collection. I am making more. I know I keep saying that. I do have like 3 of them that should be released by this week, but I am working with Foundation Fighting Blindness and helping them with their fight to help cure retinal diseases. So these guys right here, I started in February for Low Vision Awareness Month with it, which is my spectrum of blindness. So these guys are on sale for $75, and then 75% of the proceeds go towards finding the cure for blindness.
That's amazing.
So I've been working with Foundation Fighting Blindness for, I want to say a little over a year. I did their walk last year. That was so much fun.
You hit your goal? For the one, right? The first one?
The very first one, yes, I did hit my goal. But I'm going to actually continue throughout the year because they still have the Vision Walk going on in October, which is Blindness Awareness Month. But this is going to continue all year so I could reach my goal better. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. And these guys, I'm telling you, they're super soft and it's just super soft to the touch, and it really does help with anxiety or depressions or anything like that. So. And
what she's selling these for, it's really the price of the yarn, and everything else she's donating back to the organization. So she's really not, that's another goal she has, and I'm so excited. When she came in and she was sharing everything she did, the whole time she's talking, I just see the word like nonprofit running over her head. And I told her, I said, do you know what you're doing is considered nonprofit? Like, you are helping an organization, you're doing everything with a cause and a purpose behind it. And so that's another goal that you hope to achieve with this all.
I'm learning a lot right now from Brenda, from her nonprofits. So like getting that under my belt with the experience so I could present to my counselor like, hey, this is what I want to do. That is definitely my goal, to expand it more to a nonprofit where I'm able to help more, to spread awareness more, and just like build my platform from it, because that's been the goal since the beginning. It's to spread awareness and share my experience with mental health and calming myself down, how I do it, how I ground myself. That's an experience I like to share with people. And then when I see people actually do it, like, and then get so relaxed and into it, oh my gosh, that's so rewarding.
I am one of the ones that gets to benefit from this, by the way.
She made a beautiful scarf.
Yes, I did. I didn't mean to.
Which are most of my projects. Oh, okay.
It came out perfect. It even had these like pretty angles. And that's another thing that Charlene does. She likes to teach people what she learned and her trade. So she does classes here. Yes. So if you ever want to learn how to make a blanket, remember, if I can do it, you can do it, because we are not very talented when it comes down to creating. But no, we sat down and we just did it, and we talked, and I even had a funny story. I even let my daughter run a red light. I know this is so unsafe to see, but I made sure surroundings were good, but I'm doing it while I'm in the car, and my daughter just started driving, and I'm looking at the light and I'm like, that's yellow. She's not slowing down. Like, I know she's gonna keep going. And I did. I looked around to make sure everything was safe, and you know, she went through and it turned red, and I'm like, kind of just ran a red light, Jazz. And she's like, wow, you need to take up crocheting more often, because you're so calm and relaxed with it. So it really does help.
It does.
Calm you down and calm the nerves and all that.
I think it's also contributed a lot to help control my sugars too, because I had mentioned to you that I mostly motion.
Gotcha.
Now I'm able to ground myself. So if I get in those, and trust me, they happened a lot. Well, they happened a lot in the beginning because I was so frustrated with losing my vision. I didn't know how to deal with it. I literally had a fit because I couldn't find my shoe that was right in front of me. So like full on tantrums, and now I'm able to control them. Like whether it be, you know, my oils that I get now, you know, my belief has gotten a lot stronger with my faith. I just got baptized 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And like
That's
that
amazing.
helps a lot too, where I could just sit down and be like, okay, let's get past this.
And we talk about that a lot. We talk about how God puts people in your path, and we may not understand why things are happening, but it's not for us to understand yet. Once it comes to light, and I think we get to see the full picture, because we trip out. We sit here and we're amazed at what's happening in here, and we always say this place is so much more than a marketplace. And I do feel that when people like Charlene came into the store, she was able to see that firsthand and what I talk about. And sure enough, how many times have you just left here in absolute awe of what, you know, happens in her life and in my life and in so many other vendors' lives. So I'm so honored to have her here, and like just gaining her independence back. It's such an amazing thing to, you know, we down to the counselor saying like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this, and you're like, well, no, I don't want to do this. Come to find out, she's doing it the whole time, not realizing that she's checking everything off her checklist, you know. So
my new list.
Yeah, and that's how, you know, God works at times. We don't see it until it's revealed, and then we're like, oh crap, that's amazing, you know.
Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. Oh, so that was the whole purpose behind this. Well, so what is your ultimate goal? Like, what would you say I never want to say the end, but what is the goal that you want to pursue in this upcoming year?
Definitely to open up the nonprofit, to get that started, and to do more with Foundation Fighting Blindness, along with other organizations to help spread awareness for blindness, mental health, and diabetes, obviously, and just to continue my journey with this, like to help others too, like to show people that, you know, whatever gift you have, it's amazing, and you know, learning their stories, it just makes it even better. And just being together to support each other. No negative, you know, the world's too crazy enough already, you know. We don't really need to add all that. So really just helping people find their joy and to spread awareness.
That's very cool. Well, I'm excited for your future. I'm excited to be a part of your journey. And oh no, you're not going anywhere, girlfriend. You're not going anywhere. No, I'm excited to be a part of your journey, you know, because I really do feel like you're a blessing in my life. So I'm very thankful for you. But so yeah, you guys, once again, when you purchase from Charlene, you are doing so much more than purchasing one of these cute stuffed animals or a blanket or a scarf. You are supporting somebody who's gone through so much, literally hell and back, and she's still fighting like a champ, and she's getting through life. And in that journey, she is sharing it with others to help them to be able to process a lot of things that happen in life. So, and you're giving back. You ultimately are giving back so that we can find a cure for retinal diseases. So we're really thankful for that. So yes, you guys, please continue to support Charlene, Unhooked by Blinky. They have cute little blinky eyes. That is her nickname. So if you
Mike.
Yeah. So if you ever hear me call her Blinky, that's why. She's my Charlene, but she's also my Blinky. So yeah, you guys come out, support, and you can find her items here, and go follow her on Instagram. Your Instagram is?
Unhooked by.
Unhooked by. So you guys, thank you guys so much. Any last words that you like to say?
No, just thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And yeah, if you want to reach out to purchase anything, or you'd like me to teach you how to make some cozy, let me know.
Bye, you guys. Take care. Have a great one.
Ah.
That'll be the grand finale.